Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Greg here again with an update on my JAGDTIGER buddy build with Paul. Paul's just about finished it. I think he's doing an update on his. It took me a lot longer this time because I'll explain what happened basically. I didn't like the paint job I did, so I stripped it right back to the plastic. A lot of the welds came off, a lot of this came off, so I had to redo the whole thing. So this is why it took a bit longer. But I'm happy now. I'm a bit happier than what I was 2 weeks ago. So it took me another 2 weeks. I haven't had a lot of time at the bench, but what I've done I'm happy with. So let's just go through things, see where we are. We'll start with this little bit of here we've got. I'm going to add some bits and bobs to the diorama. So I've done these oil drums. I've got the thing out. This is out the Tamika kit, this oil pump, the pump thing. Exhausts. One's got the yellow on it and one hasn't got a bit less yellow on it, because that's the red side and that's the yellow side on the vehicle itself. We have water one with tap on there, normal one, two normal jerry cans for fuel. And if you look at you see I've actually put a chain on, and I've actually attached the chain to the caps. I don't know if you can make them out or not. Let's just have a look. You can see there we are. Just made a little clip of a chain, PE chain on them, and we're going from there. Sorry, just my Mrs. Angela. These extra spare wheels, I'm going to put them on the back as well. They're not finished yet. They're going to go under a tarp. Well, one of them is anyhow. I might have both of them put under a tarp as spare. Similar to start on the homemade blind, gone dead again, main barrel cleaning tool. So with 6 on there, I'm going to put all 6 on, and that's just the cover for the exhaust there, and that toe pintle on there. Maybe see better with those caps there. So the exhaust, when you get to the exhaust, I'll show you what I mean when it comes to that part in the next update. That's the mount for the machine gun. I've lost a tiny part for the top, so I'm going to make a brass one, I think, or copper one, and just cut the top off that and make it like a U shape and glue it on there, paint it, and then I'll put the machine gun in between that too. So hopefully I can make it work if I'm clever enough. Because it's just sanded feet on the other one, you can only have it down. And I said, there's the old drums again, the shackles there, just little bits and pieces that need to be detail painted yet. So we'll pop those over there, out of the way. The tow cables are just, these are ready next to do, is the tow cables. One cable, one tow cable, and one track cable, that's all I'm putting on. They're just base coated at the moment, so they need to be done yet, which shouldn't take too long to do. Alright, I'll just shut this door because there we go. Right, so on the wheels, just all the wheels, these are all just done in the oxide primer. A couple of aerials there, I just found them, I just stuck them on there, I'm probably not using them yet. There's hubs for the wheels, that's the track cable that came with the kit. And so I've got 2 of them for some reason. I don't know where they all appeared from. Oh, because I cut the bits off because I needed a piece for the because I damaged the other one when I was stripping it down, so I had to use a plastic one in the end. But it's no problem. Yeah, so they're all done. They're all ready to be next. They're going to be sprayed yellow, all those. Apart from the battery, I'm keeping the rear in an oxide primer, as they were, probably coming from the factory. And I've actually found a picture of the one I'm actually going to do. It took me ages to find it. I found it and I couldn't find it again. But I found it now, so I shall bring it up on my phone and I'll tell you exactly what it is. Where are we at? Camo patterns, images. Yeah, here we go. It's the JAGDTIGER JAGDTIGER with RAL 728 DG in stripes over the primer red base. Some vehicles at the end of the war were left the factories so quickly they didn't have time to paint in the normal camouflage. So I'm doing the X7 one at the top. If you can see that one, I've got stencils for the markings. So I don't know if there's any other markings on there. I don't think there probably will be, but having the X7 and the Balkenkreuz on there. So that's what I'm going to do. Right, so I'll just get this little plastic cover off things so we know where we are. Keep it all dusty because I've just primed it before with a satin coat. Satin? Yeah, satin coat. These buckets, one's going to be the normal bucket on the back, on the hanger from the back, and the other one is going to be for all the spent ammunition cartridges from the machine gun when it's finished. They're just primed at the moment with a German grey, so we need weathered and things like that on there, so that's not too bad. Tracks, I have done nothing with them apart from burnish them, and I'm really happy with how well they're burnished. They're a really nice colour to work from. They're quite nice, and that's from the VMS burnishing stuff, which I find a lot better than the other stuff I've used. Really quite nice, and I've kept it because I seem to be able to use it again. It always separates, but it still actually does some burnishing. Not as heavy as when you first put things in, but it does work for others, because I forgot to do the spare tracks when I originally did these, but I did the spare tracks and the works which are here. I've made a start on these as well. I'm not going to put them all on. I'm going to put a few on, but not a lot. And I made a start on these, on the weather, and on these. You've just got a little bit of rust, not a lot. Basically kept the primer, the burnishing colour underneath. So that'll be going on. How many? 7, I think, wasn't it? Maybe see better that way if I do it that way, aren't you? So you can see they're all different colour variations. They're not all the same, which is good, because all don't track, all don't weather the same. Obviously these haven't finished yet, so there might be a bit of dust on that on there yet. But I did them yesterday, so I'll leave them overnight. I'll give them a prime, and then I'll start doing some other bits on top of them. Right, I'll get all the little bits and pieces out the way first, so we know where we are. Right, I've done a selection of wooden cases, wooden boxes, whatever you want to call them. I don't know if I'm going to use them all, but some of them are for the shells. We've got those there. And I've put a stencil, so I just thought I'd stencil the top of that as well. These need varnishing yet, been matte coat on them and that, a bit of dust, but basically they're them. Quite happy with those. Get a bit closer. I'm really happy with those. So pop those back. I've got my old pill container, brilliant for putting all your bits and pieces in, as well as my wife got these false nail ones. I use those as well, but perfect for putting all your little bits and bobs in. When you buy them in all sorts of shops, they're expensive, but they're ideal for keeping little bits and pieces in. They're the, you've seen them last time, that's the periscopes. They need to go in yet. You've seen the shell casings. You've seen them from last time. That's just scrap. That's the MG. I found a little PE fret of a brain dead again, a sight. So I'll put that on as well. Looks a bit better. That's just about finished, that now. Quite well, it's come out quite well. See if this thing clamps on this, see if this little bit at the bottom there, the little dimple in the, that's what the stand claps to. So if I can make something, I can make it pinch against that, I can make it move. All the better really. So yeah, quite happy with that. That's that done. And what else is in this last one? There's nothing in that last one apart from a tarp, which I'm going to use. Right, figures. What did I say? I said I was going to put 5 on. I've finished up, done 11. I've done 11 figures. I'll just take the 2 off it, these other 2 off that I'm not going to use. And then we know where we are. So we'll start off with what we started with first. We had, let's just pop this back. Most of them are resin and a couple of them are, to me, are the new, well, newish German infantry. Just fell off there, I'll put that back on. Right, so the tank crew, I think they were practically finished when I saw them last time, but they are finished now. But this one in the centre here is the new one. That one there, he's just going to be sitting on the top of the turret looking over. So you've seen all those. That's the one that wasn't finished last time. This one on this end, sorry. They're all done now. So that's all the tank. Sorry, the tank destroyer crew. Right, and then we got some German infantry figures. So the first 1, 2, 3 from this side are resin. This one, and this one. Where we are? That one. Sorry. Yeah. Where am I at? That one's a resin figure, that one's a resin figure, and that one's a resin figure. So these ones already done since the last update, which is that one. Sorry, that one and that one. The last 2 are to me figures. They don't come out too bad. To me figures now are pretty decent actually. In fact, they're very good. So we've got those 2 as well. I wasn't content with just that figure, so I needed some more relaxed poses, so I did one more. This one just sitting on the ground relaxing, fed up, don't want to do it no more, so I'm just going to slump on the floor for a bit. This is a resin figure and all tusk figures apart from the 2 Tamiya ones. All stuff at the back. Got a strap on the rifle. Yeah, so I may even do one more, depends, it depends if it comes in time. If it doesn't, then I won't, but the way I'm going it probably will. So that's all the figures. So there's 5 crew and 6 infantry figures to add to the diorama. Right, let's get to the main part now. Let's put these other 2 figures back first. I was going to use these 2, but it's got a winter smock on that one, so I didn't use it. But all ready to, I'm sure I'll use it again. I did that one as well, but I didn't like him in the tree. It looks a bit small compared to the rest of the figures. You know what I mean? Look, looks pretty dinky. So I did a new one. Right, let's get to the main part of the build, the actual Jagdtiger itself. It's still the casemate, and it still is. This isn't fitted together yet, and neither's the mantlet, because I've got to put the periscopes in. So this is I showed you on that on my phone. This is, it looks a bit garish at the moment, but obviously it'll be all torn down. Still got all the weld seams all around the. I had to redo all those because the other ones, and I had to raid a. I think it was a Trumpeter E75 or E50 to get the missing track hangers that all broke, so they're all done on there now. Got all the resin bits back on again. I took them off. They were quite good. They came off no problem before I took all the paint off. I used Dettol and it actually shifted quite. I was quite impressed. On the gun barrel I've got this mesh stuff, because this is going to be stuff full of camouflage leaves, which I'll show you what I'm going to use. And I've just tied a bit of wire around there to keep it all in place in the barrel, and we're going to keep it that colour, just see you know, when it comes out of the factory, primer colour. You see what I mean about the exhausts now. One is yellow and one is red, but obviously with the heat from the exhaust the parts are going to be discoloured. again on the back there. So that's just gone down a bit too far, that I think. I need to bring them back up, and so does that one. But yeah, so the doors were workable, but I think the paint has actually stopped them being workable. But I might try and ease them off from the back. I'll see. If I don't, then it won't be open. Again, there's the back. Got there with the front again, underneath again there, and at the bottom. Don't know why I did the bottom, but I did a little bit on the bottom. Got carried away. So this, and all the wheels, obviously all these have all been taped up. But Paul was telling me the wheels, especially the drive sprocket's quite a loose fit, so I'll have to bear that in mind when I do add the tracks. Obviously being metal tracks, it might pull it down a bit, so I'll have to be super glue on those probably once I get them in position. But yeah, so I'm quite happy with that. The colours come out quite well. Yeah, what I didn't like, just didn't like what I had done. So if I hadn't stripped it back, it just wouldn't have happened for me. So I would just did it again. I say I taped off the straight line where the mud guards would have been. I may add two, because there's two on that picture. I may add two mud guards. I might make some PE ones up and add them to it. Just maybe a couple again on the other side as well. But yeah, so now this is a satin coat. So now I'm going to add the bottom crats in the centre, and it's got the X and the 7 just about there. So because of the tracks, obviously you can't really see them behind the tracks, but that's what we've done. See, these aren't all fastened in here, that's why they're all moving about. I've left them that way deliberately at the moment, because I'm going to see if when it goes on the diorama, if I need to have it articulated. So I've left it like that at the moment. They're just placed in nice tight fits, so they will work. Anything else on there that I did? Oh, I did add another. I was going through everything. I did add another couple of weld seams that I'd forgotten on the first part. The first one I did, there was one along here. I've got two to go along the back here when I fasten down the upper hole and the lower hole. Where else was the one I'm missing? I can't remember. But I say I'm quite happy with the texturing of the tank wood with the Mr. Surfacer and the Tamiya glue. So it's worked out quite well. Quite happy with that. Obviously it's a bit bright at the moment. And I also made these, some of them got 3 on, some have got 4 on for some reason, I don't know why. I've put 4 on mine, but I've actually added the hinge, you know, the bracket of the hinge, and on that one as well, on the actual one that's damaged. I've made that as well with the rod through it. So I think that's where we are. I don't think there's anything else. I haven't done anything else towards the trees. I was going to show you what I'm going to use. I may use these on the trees. I'll just probably use the static grass again like I did last time on the trees, where my trees are down there at the moment, and they're no farther forward at the moment, but they're just down there. But I did come across this stuff. I'm going to use, not on this diorama, but maybe in another diorama, because obviously these are what I'm going to use for the on the vehicle itself. These Promesa fern scraps, I'm going to use those for the, you know, the camouflage on the barrel and on the actual vehicle itself. So just asparagus ferns. So basically that's what it is, asparagus fern. But it's perfect size, I think, for using that kind of stuff. It's from the Scenic Factory, and I got some pine needles. Again, I don't know what these are from. I think probably just static grass. Pine needles. Fine. And what I'm going to do with I've got 3 trees to go on. One of them I'm going to have it slightly at an angle if it's been damaged or the root has come up and it's decided to die. So I'll be adding a distress, but I might use these. Not too sure yet. I might use these on that needles again. I'll have to see. But yeah, so I just came across them and I thought, oh, they'll come in very useful for the Jagdtiger and future trees. So yeah, but just here they're just in the same situation as they were when I last spoke, which was before Christmas. It's that long ago now. Bloody hell. So I haven't been slacking. It's just that I redid everything because I wasn't happy, as you do. Because if you don't, you'll regret not doing it. It'll sit on your shelf and you'll think, no, I don't like that. So, but I'm happy with it now. So I don't think there's anything else to say. I think I've got everything done. I'm just going to do these give these tow cables a paint tonight before we finish, and that's about it really. I think we've done everything else. We've talked about everything else. Finish those bits and pieces on there. See, I'm not going to put all the tools on. I'll put some on, but not all. As you can see, I've only done the shovel and there's the wire cutters and the tanker bar and the big pry bar that goes on the back under the doors. So I'll put that on. I think that's about it. Wise, I know, as I said from the first one, I said there's only the C shoes or C clamps or whatever you want to call them on the back of the tank. There's no jack block if there's no jack. It's just these C shoes to go on there with the clamps, which I've got there, and I've got this little, I don't know what the little cable's for, I'm unsure, but I'm going to hang that from one of the track hangers as well, so that's what's probably going to happen to that. So, yep, so that's it really there. So that's, you can see, I'll just have a quick look, and I made the actual pipe from there is a stripped down an old Ethernet cable, and took all the wires out of that and used that, sprayed it up. It's fine, you can position it because I've got the wire inside it, so it's not too bad. That'll go into a jerry can, I would say, when it's positioning wherever it's going on the diorama. So yeah, so I'm happy with that. We'll have a look, just a quick look at these, what I was explaining about the exhausts as well. So you see better now. One's more red and one's yellow. So a bit of yellow on there as well. Obviously discoloration as well on the rust. Again, they're all done. Happy with those. So that's it. We're all up to date. I'll just plug along now. I used paints I used on the JAGDTIGER. I used a grey primer from Vallejo, grey ghost grey, and then I highlighted darkened some of the corners with just a German grey around the track hangers and in shady parts of the tank, so if I do miss something it looks like a shadow. And the oxide red is a TAKOM set, which are quite good actually, I must admit. I did like them. I used the 3 coloured reds. I didn't use the brown primer and the shadow and whatever it was, and the whites for chalk mask. So I just used those 3 there. And it's in a which is made for the Airbrush advanced colour system. Yeah, it gives you the sort of layout of what you can do as well at the back, which is quite useful. You just like a hull, it's in a factory or something like that. You can make it look pretty good if you're artistic, which I'm not. But yeah, I was quite happy with them, and the actual Dunkelgelb was the real colours from AK, so I mixed a batch up, so I thinned it down, so that's what I've got in there. So they'll be for the wheels when I get round to those tomorrow probably. And the buckets again, I say. Oh yeah, and I showed you, did I show you the, well, I was going to do it anyhow. I've cut, if you're looking there, there's all like casings from the machine gun which will be scattered, and some in the bucket and some on the actual vehicle itself as well. So I might do a few more of them, yeah. I'll see what happens. And these are the stencils that I use as well for the which I will be using. Oh, so that's where that went. Okay. So that's the one I used on the wooden case. These are the, I'm going to check the sizes for the that's the X. Yeah, that's the ones I'm going to use there. Okay, or is it that one? I think it's probably going to be the smaller one of the two, but I'm going to use them. 7, so I've got the cross there. Obviously the thing it's in 2 parts, so what I'm going to do to get the X is I'll just turn that at an angle. Sorry, where we are. I'll just turn that at an angle, and I've got the X7 as well. So that'll work out there, and then we'll be doing those tomorrow. So I've just spared that this afternoon, so it's not fully dry yet with the satin coat. Yeah, so there's a few bits of stencils in there that I've used. I've just kept them all in there for now, so I know where they all are. So we're on the homeward straight, as they say, at last. It took a lot longer than I thought, this kit, but that's my own fault, nobody else's. And obviously I've had a busy time since Christmas. New Year's been quite a busy time for me with family, so I haven't really spent a lot of time at the bench, but when I have, I've enjoyed what I've done. And again, I'd like to thank all my subscribers, new and old, for sticking by this old bugger. It'll be nearly 60, no, 59 this year, I think. Yeah, 59 or 60, whatever. Awesome, Mrs. She'll tell me. Yeah, I can't believe how old I'm getting now. It's just getting ridiculous how time is moving so fast. So fast. Ah, one thing I didn't tell you. You know, when I did the tie downs on the first time I lost all those. But I didn't realise when I bought the resin tool clamps, there was tie downs on there, so I've used those instead. Oh, they're all the tie downs off the resin kit, the resin clamps that I got, so it was a bit of a bonus. And I was thinking, oh, I'm going to have to do all them other ones again. So that's it, I promise that's it now, I'm waffling now. So again, thank you very much for stopping by and looking, and we'll hopefully soon have another update when it's getting near finished before we start looking onto the diorama. As you know, the base is made. It's just a matter of getting my bum into gear and starting to do that. So this is Greg signing off, and we'll catch you very soon with another update. I've got an unboxing coming shortly when something arrives that it just worked out perfectly for me. My YouTube money landed last week and it's paid for something, so it's just perfect timing. So I won't say what it is until it arrives. So this is Greg signing off, and we'll catch you very soon.